English language learners, ELLs, in Florida public schools are placed based on their performance on the Access exam, which assesses listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. Its benefits include comprehensive proficiency measures that enable customized adjustments for students with varying degrees of competence, such as longer exam durations or assistance in their mother tongue. Florida Department of Education, 2003. However, the stress of tests might cause lower proficiencies, ELLs, to become more anxious or to perform inaccurately. The IDEA Proficiency Test, IPT, which provides quick language proficiency assessment, is mainly used for the first identification and placement of recently enrolled ELLs. District of Columbia, 2024. IPT's benefits include early intervention through rapid detection. Nevertheless, its drawbacks include the possibility of misclassification because of the short assessment duration and the absence of comprehensive language understanding for intermediate learners. Teachers need to critically evaluate the results of these tests to ensure that the right kind of education is provided for each student's particular skill level and linguistic backgrounds. Blanco, 2016, Diaz, Rico, 2012. Accuracy in determining ELL requirements is improved by combining many evaluations. Current theories highlight different strategies appropriate for ELLs with varying levels of skill. Schema theory strongly emphasizes drawing on students' past knowledge to improve understanding, especially for intermediate students with some prior English experience. Diaz, Rico, 2012. The balanced literacy model incorporates several teaching techniques to accommodate different skill levels, including individual reading, shared writing, and guided reading. Diaz, Rico, 2012. The core skill necessary for early reading success are provided for beginners through explicit direct instructions in phonics and decoding. Malik and Saksi, 2020. Building on students' experiences, the language experience approach strengthens language learning by making relevant links to everyday life, which advantages for learners with lower skill levels. Diaz, Rico, 2012. According to fluency theory, rapid automatic decoding facilitates higher level understanding by releasing cognitive resources. Malik and Saksi, 2020. Our proficiency levels benefits from its inclusion in the curriculum, but its significance grows considerably as students go from beginning to intermediate competence. Differentiated teaching methods are necessary for ELLs because of their diverse language, cognitive, and emotional characteristics. Explicit phonemic awareness therapies and multimodal teaching strategies are needed to increase reading fluency in dyslexic students who frequently struggle with language decoding. Yashinchak, 2021. Targeted supports such as scaffolded writing instructions and technology-based accommodations are necessary for dysgraphia, which is characterized by reduced writing abilities. World-Class Instructional Design and Assessment, 2023. Through accelerated inquiry-based learning opportunities, enrichment activities that foster creativity and advance cognitive engagements are highly beneficial for gifted ELLs. Diaz, Rico, 2012. Collaborative learning settings and school counselor assistance can help ELL students with social emotional learning needs feel less anxious and integrate more socially. Diaz, Rico, 2012. A common cause of misclassifying multilingual students as needing special education is the conflation of normal second language acquisitions processed with actual learning difficulties, such as auditory processing disorders. Teachers must thus use thorough and culturally aware assessment methods to distinguish between the development of language competence and special education requirements, guaranteeing fair accommodations for students with varying degrees of proficiency. Research-based teaching strategies focusing on specific learning processes seriously impact ELL success. Using understandable material and explicit vocabulary training, the Sheltered Instruction Observation Protocol, SIOP, systematically combines language and content objectives to improve academic language competency across topics. Blanco, 2016. By contextualizing academic topics using interactive techniques and visual aids specifically designed to academic instructions in English, SDAIE supports learners of intermediate competency by making content more approachable without unduly reducing the rigor of the curriculum. Diaz-Rico, 2012. Particularly useful for upper intermediate to advanced learners, the Cognitive Academic Language Learning Approach, CALLA, explicitly emphasizes cognitive techniques, including note-taking and summarizing. Blanco, 2016. Beginner to intermediate competence levels can benefit from the direct method, which emphasizes communication through direct language use in real-world situations. Blanco, 2016. Lastly, by emphasizing understanding over instantaneous output, the natural approach considerably lowers anxiety and offers early learners acclimating to language settings intelligible information in low-stress situations. Diaz-Rico, 2012. In controlled and encouraging learning settings, these approaches meet various competency requirements. Effective technology integration offers equal and substantial educational support for ELLs of all skill levels. Nearpod, accessible and nearpod.com, uses polls, quizzes, and multimedia activities to create interactive lessons that instructors may adapt to various English proficiency levels. New York State Education Department, 2023. This allows for active involvement and provides instant feedback, which is helpful at proficiency levels. Newswela, available at newswela.com, provides reading materials at various Lexile levels according to students' ability, allowing for individualized literacy training that promotes the growth of vocabulary and comprehension abilities. New York State Education Department, 2023. Through video recordings, peer interactions, and feedback, Flipgrid, accessible through flipgrid.com, enables students to practice oral language abilities. New York State Education Department, 2023. This is helpful for intermediate proficiency levels as it helps students develop their speaking fluency and confidence. By addressing distinct linguistic and cognitive requirements across skill levels, these technology tools provide various learning opportunities that promote literacy and language development through differentiated and multimodal teaching methods. By linking language to physical activity, effective teaching strategies like total physical response encourages learning vocabulary and second languages. James Asher first created this method to help beginning students by integrating kinesthetics. Diaz Rico, 2012. By focusing on natural oral communication without explicit grammar instructions, the direct method has historically addressed the shortcomings of grammar translation. Blanco, 2016. This approach improves speaking fluency through real-world contextual interaction, making it especially appropriate for intermediate level students. Suggestipedia, which was first created to help students feel less worried, uses multimodal input and relaxing classroom environments to help students who are nervous or have low competency. Diaz Rico, 2012. Based on cognitive theories, the CALA approach explicitly teaches academic languages and cognitive skills, such as taking notes and summarizing, to scaffold higher level thinking for intermediate and advanced learners. Diaz Rico, 2012. By targeting a range of ELL language competence levels and sensory preferences, these scaffolded and multisensory approach guarantee individualized and contextual engaging training that dramatically improves comprehension, fluency, and overall academic performance. More accurate language skill evaluation results from appropriate assessment accommodations, such as longer access test durations, which mainly lessens anxiety in students who need more processing time. By offering native language assistance to immigrants, the IPT ensures precise assessment of English competence and reduce the possibility of misplacement. District of Columbia, 2024. Students with trouble reading or writing in English can be accommodated via oral exams, which evaluate topic understanding rather than literacy abilities. Diaz Rico, 2012. Using bilingual glossaries facilitates vocabulary learning during examinations, which is advantageous for intermediate learners who need more linguistic help. Diaz Rico, 2012. Reading speed, accuracy, and comprehension are improved when students' first language literacy leveraged to promote good transfer to English literacy, especially for lower intermediate learners. Malik and Saxi, 2020. Dual language evaluations can identify multilingual kids more accurately, especially those mislabeled with learning difficulties, by addressing potential cultural prejudice. Diaz Rico, 2012. These testing procedures guarantee ELLs with different proficiency levels have equal educational outcomes. Schema theory emphasizes using past information to enhance reading comprehension. In particular, this method aids intermediate students in improving their understanding and successfully retaining material. Diaz Rico, 2012. By combining real literature with specific skill education, such as phonics and vocabulary, balanced literacy offers all-encompassing assistance that is especially helpful for emerging and intermediate readers. Diaz, 2012. As students go from basic to intermediate competence levels, fluence theory emphasizes how quick Automatic decoding abilities greatly enhance higher level understanding by lowering cognitive demands. Malik and Saxi, 2020. The writing process theory emphasizes organized processes such as pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing to successfully guide intermediate and advanced ELLs. The language experience approach incorporates students' life experiences into literacy education through relevant, individualized settings, improving reading and writing abilities, particularly for beginning students. Diaz-Rico, 2012. When taken as a whole, these theories offer diversified teaching methods that cater to the various literacy requirements of ELL children across the board. Explicit phonics ELL literacy is successfully supported by teaching, which enhances decoding abilities essential for kids who struggle with reading, especially those diagnosed with dyslexia. For students with particular difficulties like dyslexia or dysgraphia, multisensory teaching methods that incorporate visual, oral, and tactile components improve language retention. Yasinchak, 2021. Balanced literacy promotes the development of complete literacy through the systematic support of language skills at different levels and combination of direct teaching and real-world reading and writing opportunities. Diaz-Rico, 2012. By connecting new information to pre-existing cognitive structures, pre-reading exercises that activate schema improve comprehension and retention in intermediate ELLs. Diaz-Rico, 2012. Students are enthusiastically engaged when interactive technology like Nearpod or Flipgrid is used, which encourages real-world language practices. New York State Education Department, 2023. By accommodating a range of English proficiency levels, scaffolded instructional methodologies allow teachers to provide focused support that gradually improves students' abilities, improving academic achievement and literacy across proficiency levels.